Welcome everybody to both sides of the conversation. I'm John Henry, Executive Director. Today is Tuesday. So you know what that means. We're going to have another exciting, important hidden gem segment. And y'all know this is my favorite segment of the week. All that is going on in the community. It's just always great to have a Tuesday so we can talk about some entrepreneurs, some community folks that are doing some amazing things. And listen, today, I'm even more excited because I am here live in City Hall. We just had a phenomenal youth leader meeting. This is a great event to see young people from the community stepping up with our city officials, community organizations to talk about the things that they would like to see for summer programming and programming in the future. You know, as we try to curb this violence, not only here in San Francisco, but across the country, it is important that our young folks' voices are uplifted and they get the things that they would like to talk about and like to see in the community support. When we talk about safe spaces, safe places, some of the events and some of the things that they would like to see today, our young people in San Francisco stood up. Today, we are here at City Hall in the mayor's conference room, and these young people spoke up, talked about what they like to see and how they would like to connect with other young people. And it is our job as community leaders, community organizations, and city officials to make those dreams come true. And it's just great to see these things in motion. And it's just great to see the leadership of our mayor, our supervisors, making sure that the voices of the young folks are heard and making sure that the resources go to the community. So today I'm live. I know my Wi-Fi is going to be spotty. If I get kicked off, community, just understand that we everywhere the people be, and sometimes these type of events come up, but we gonna make it through today. We have a couple amazing hidden gems here to talk about some of the amazing things that they're doing to impact community. But again, we are here excited, and again, just great to be here for another hidden gem segment. If you are tuning in for the first time, and this is your first time checking out both sides of the conversation, make sure you go to all our social media handles, check us out, see what we're doing in the community. Y'all know wherever the people be, that's where we will be. We have an amazing unhoused feed happening this Saturday. We're going to be blessing the community, passing out clothes, giving out money, gifts, impacting our folks, our unhoused community. We can't forget about them. They are brothers and sisters too, and we're going to make sure that we feed the community. We have some phenomenal partners that are coming together to make sure that our unhoused brothers and sisters get a nice meal, some clean clothing, hygiene, and that's what we do, continue to bless the people. But with that being said, y'all see our co-host, Khalis is not here, but our other co-host is here to support the bishop tonight, Sister Ayo. Welcome back to both sides of the conversation. Talk to the community, Queen.
Good evening, community. Very excited about tonight's show. We have two great influential guests coming on tonight. Definitely excited about this Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. It's a pleasure of mine and a passion of mine giving back to the community and open up those doors for everybody, so it's going to be a great week. It's a great big week, actually. Tuesday show, Thursday show, and Sunday's conversation. So looking forward to just getting this week through.
Yes, definitely, community. You are going to be blessed this week. This Thursday, we're going to have the San Jose Job Corps come on and talk about some of the programming that they have for young people. They got some amazing openings, and we want to make sure that our community get access to these resources. So they're going to come on and talk about their program and what they're doing and how your young teenage folks can come be a part of what they're doing and learn some skilled trades and opportunities. I think it's something phenomenal for young people. So check it out, parents and community folks. This Thursday, they're going to have a great one. And then this Sunday, we're having a conversation about colorism. We know that colorism happens in the Black community. We know that there's some issues that we got to talk about with this colorism issue. So we're going to have some great panelists and we're going to have a great conversation. Again, we're going to continue to intentionally try to break the taboo and stigma conversations. And we're going to have them here at both sides of the conversation. So we are excited. Thank you all for being here. And we're just going to try to get through this. Y'all be patient with the bishop, okay? I'm doing everything remote today. So we'll get through this today. We'll get through our community news, and Isles will get us through the events and some of the announcements that we have going on. And then we're going to bring up start our first phenomenal hidden gem tonight. With that being said, it's back to school time, okay? Y'all been here in the Bay Area. The Oakland Unified School District has been out on strike. Them teachers are back. So one, I just want to say thank you for all of the amazing teachers, union supporters, and all of the parents who stayed home. And I know it was a struggle and it cost a lot of folks some time and money. But again, a deal was put together, classes back in session, and hopefully this contract will get through and help these teachers out again. Community, we're going to have to stick with our teachers. Our young people need quality education. We need quality teachers. So just great to see them get that deal done. And I'm sure on both sides, they felt like there's more needed. And again, we're going to continue as community advocate for our teachers. They are very, very important to our community, especially to our single parents. And I know a lot of folks were impacted, not being able to get to work and things of that nature. So I just want to shout out to all the amazing employers who had patience and didn't lay off their workers because they had to stay home with their young people. When people say there's not enough humility and compassion, there was some organizations and some companies that did stand up and support the families. So just want to say thank you to all of them. But again, school is back in sessions. The young folks look excited. The teachers look excited. So we'll end this year off right, and hopefully they'll have a great start into next year. Also, tragic news, 3 died in Antioch in a high-speed chase. It happened on Monday before 10:30 where 2 men were speeding in Antioch. They say the car was over 100 miles per hour. They end up hitting another vehicle and then crashing into a tree. Again, community, young folks, slow down. When you see the police, it's not worth it. If you don't have your license, you're driving on a suspended license, don't put your life in risk and other folks at risk. Pull over. And this is more of the conversation that we're going to continue to have with law enforcement about how do we handle these situations when we have young people. How do we create a better environment? I get police have a role and a duty when it comes to enforcing the law, but again, sometimes these high-speed chases do take the lives of any innocent folks. So our condolences to those families on both ends. It's tragic to see that type of stuff happen in our community. Also, our public BART train crashes into a truck, hurting 3 folks in Oakland. Again, a couple of passengers was injured as a train went off course and took out some of folks, and it's just terrible to see things happening. But again, this is community. Things do happen, but we also have a duty and a responsibility to continue to uplift this information. Hopefully these type of incidents will bring awareness so that we can continue to make sure that we are doing the things to make sure that our public transit system is safe. And again, it takes all of us to be a part of this. Also, the CHP is warning all the folks on community to be careful stopping on the freeways and highways. A number of folks have been killed. I believe there was 2 fatalities that took place over the weekend on highways. And this is kind of touching me because y'all know I was stuck on the highway and I was like, oh my God. But again, things do happen. Just remember, community, when you do have a flat tire or your car is acting up, put your hazard lights on, try to move to the shoulder, and you remember to step out of your vehicle if possible, because again, it's nighttime, folks can't see. Sometimes in the daytime, people are not paying attention. And all you folks who are texting and driving, okay, put your phone down and pay attention. You might take somebody out. But again, that is just great safety news for community. Just be careful, especially on these highways. People are flying. The rain season is over. The roads are dry. The sun is out. Everybody's speeding. Take your time, slow down, and leave a little early. Get to your events or get to where you need to go, your destination, so that you're not putting people at risk. With that being said, that's enough of our news. Also, there was a tragic situation that was breaking news today. I just didn't want to do it, but I guess I'm gonna say it. A young toddler, 15-month-old, was injured by gunfire as some burglars tried to break into a home in Oakland. This stuff is just getting out of control with this violence. A 15-month-old being shot. It's just terrible, community. We had another young incident that took place the other day. We got to talk about this gun stuff. We got to talk about how we can help support community. We know that there's a financial strain in this country. We know the job loss is real. The gross GDP is messed up. The unemployment is bad. But we got to find out how can we help support young people and people in the community. And that's why today's event is really important and powerful, to listen to the young people. We had young people talking about how they want to be entrepreneurs, how they want to do things to find ways to make revenue. And I think it's all of our job to help support our young people so that they don't have to make desperate decisions, robbing people and taking chances and things of that nature. So again, a lot of work to do. It's not going to happen overnight, but I encourage all of the community folks. If you are a community organization, a business owner, help our young people this summer. Give them an opportunity to intern, make some money so that these silly incidents don't continue to impact community. So with that being said, I'm going to turn over to Ayo so she can get through the events. There's a lot of events, community. There's things going on. But Ayo, take over and let them know what's going on in the community.
Thank you so much for that, John. That additional information. That's so sad about that baby. So let's get into these community events. The Salvation Army, the Way Out program, offering job training, housing, community support. Fierce Love enjoy hosting panel sessions, creating a safe space for our young people. Lunch will be provided, and this is May 23rd, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the SF Jazz Center, 201 Franklin Street in San Francisco. Lonnie Green's Frisco Game Night, domino, spades, chess, blackjack, poker, and dice for the strutting gamers and family players. This will happen on May 26th through June 30th at 5 p.m. through 11 p.m. at Bayview Opera House, 4705 3rd Street. The Bayview YMCA Family Resource Center Healing Retreat Days, May 27th, Grief and Loss, and then June 24th, Domestic Trauma and Recovery. The Legend, the Fillmore Slim Story stage play and concert, written and directed by Farah Dews, May 27, doors open at 5:30 p.m. It'll be free at the Bayview Opera House, Ruth Williams Memorial Theater, 4705 3rd Street, San Francisco. Carnival, San Francisco is celebrating 45 years of music and movement. Two-day festival, May 27th and May 28th. The grand parade will be held on May 28th. Come learn with the Only Loud Squad how to print t-shirts, how to use Cricut Cutter Create decals. Free t-shirts May 31st, 3:30 p.m. through 5 p.m. at 1301 Evans Avenue in San Francisco. Black Female Project hosting an 8-week self-discovery program with Dr. Walters every Wednesday, April 12th through May 31st, and that'll be from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. World premiere 26 Ways of Looking at a Black Man, June 2nd at 7 p.m. Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth pageant, ages 5 through 17, June 2nd, 6 p.m. at Southeast Community Center at 1550 Evans Avenue, San Francisco. Red carpet movie premiere and award ceremony. Hood Pretty, June 3rd, 6:45 p.m., and that'll be at the Bayview Opera House, Ruth Williams Memorial Theater, 4705 3rd Street, San Francisco. Join Dr. Walters Restorative Retreat, June 3rd, 9 a.m. through 3 p.m., 2161 San Pablo Avenue in Pinole. San Francisco Juneteenth, June 10th on the Waterfront Parade, June 16th at City Hall kickoff of Black Wall Street Gala, June 17th, the Fillmore Festival, June 18th, Bayview Festival. Join us for the 25th anniversary Family Day in honor of Dr. Ruth Jackson and family. Fun, food, cars, trophies, and prizes, June 11th at 10 a.m. through 6 p.m. at Hers Playground in Sunnydale. Magic Zone 2023 Summer Program, June 12th to August 4th, 8 a.m. through 5 p.m. at 1050 McAllister Street. The first San Francisco Black Wall Street Juneteenth Gala will be held on June 16th. Cut the Check, a black and gold formal affair. Special guests, third annual crowning ceremony. King and Queen, I Know Who I Am. Save the dates. June 24th through July 5th and July 19th. 3-series workshop of self-transformation and crowning ceremony. Youth First, OMI Family Day. Bounce House, 360 machine, bull riding, food, raffles, mobile books, Sugar Bears appearance. July 7th at 12 p.m. through 5 p.m. at Merced Heights Playground, 801 Shield Street in San Francisco. City Kids Creator Con, save the date. Free creative outlets, art, music, and fashion. July 14th at 11 a.m. through 12:30 p.m. The 200 block of Jones Street. Magic Backpack Giveaways. Mo Magic, August 5th, 11 a.m. through 2 p.m. at Ella Hill Hutch, 1050 McAllister Street, San Francisco. Youth First Invest Black Comedy and Award Show, August 11th at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6 p.m. at Brotherhood Masonic Center, and that's at 855 Brotherhood Way, San Francisco. There's a $50 food included ticket fee. Magic Backpack Giveaways. Be Magic, August 12th, 11 a.m. through 2 p.m. at Now Hunters Point, 155 Jennings Street, San Francisco. SFHRC regular bi-monthly commission meeting, second and fourth Thursdays at 5 p.m. at San Francisco City Hall, room 416. African American Reparations Advisory Committee, monthly meetings virtually at 5:30 every second Monday. Scholarships and jobs. Dusty's Fishing, Wells City, EMT, San Francisco, hiring a part-time case manager. Applications May 4th through the 26th, $25 to $30 an hour. City Build Academy provides comprehensive pre-apprenticeship and construction administrative training in San Francisco. Residents will learn how to build and earn. Mission Hiring Hall, San Francisco Mayor's Office of Economy, Workforce Development, and City College of San Francisco are looking for candidates. Security guard training, enrollment requirements. San Francisco Human Service Agency is hiring various positions. Cal Youth Commission is hiring core organizers, Bay Area, South Bay, North Bay, Northern California Valley, Central Valley, Los Angeles. Rising Sun Center for Opportunity is hiring for several positions in the Bay Area and Stockton. Puyi Children's Services is hiring teacher assistant associates, teachers lead teachers. Ready to be a hairstylist? ICY Beauty Academy has 10 spots open. San Francisco residents ages 18 through 24 are accepting applications. AM Crawford Strategic Philanthropy Advisory is hiring a lead consultant, San Francisco office or Gainesville, Florida office. JVS is offering dental assistant training. Apps are now open for 11-week register program. Give back to the community. BSOTC needs volunteers. Youth team, marketing, production, finance, fundraising, bookkeeping, IT, development, and director. Email our HR at bsotc.org. Promote your business. Come on our Hidden Gem show. Come and do educational Thursdays or come be a part of the conversation on Sundays. Keep both sides of the conversation.
Wow, great stuff. Thank you. I know it's been a lot of events. I know the community is always like, John, why you guys have so many events? It is great for us to be able to get the resources, the jobs, the opportunities out to our community. Too many times our community said, hey, we don't know how to connect. We didn't know this was going on. Our job here is both sides of the conversation. Make sure y'all know where the jobs at, where the community events are, what's going on so you can connect with the community. With that being said, enough of us, okay? We gave y'all enough, community. It is time to get to our hidden gems tonight. Our first hidden gem. Oh, she's phenomenal. Community organizations. Maybe you're a small business. These are the folks that you want to connect with. Today, we're going to bring up our first hidden gem, Miss Ivy Morales. Welcome to both sides of the conversation, Queen. Let the community know who you are, what you're doing, and how they can connect with you.
Thank you so much, John and Ayo. Great to be here with you all and for this opportunity and platform. My name is Eve Elise. I go by Evie for short. And for the past 5 years, I've been building Bombilla, and we are a branding and design agency for social change. Bombilla means light bulb in Puerto Rican Spanish, which is a nod to my heritage. And it's symbolic of the power we all have to make change. We were all given God-given creative talents and gifts. And so what I've done is created a company, a container and creative environment where designers of different disciplines can use their skills to help Black and Brown owned small businesses, nonprofits, social enterprises, and other dreamers and doers who are working on systems change shine brighter. So in terms of our expertise and specialty, it's brand strategy. So figuring out who do you want to be in the world as a brand? Who are you trying to reach? And how do we bridge that gap to help you reach your goals? Then how does that translate into the fun stuff like logos, business names, your messaging, the type of photography and websites that you invest in? And then there's the ongoing rollout and ongoing communication. So social media graphics, different types of content like video, reports. We have a network of creatives across the country that we tap when we need it. So if a client needs an illustrator, we tap our network. If they need a photographer, videographer, they tap our network. So I'm really proud of the ecosystem I've been able to build here anchored in Oakland, California. I also have roots on the East Coast, so it's been cool to secure clients all over the country. And I've learned a lot in building a remote creative business from home, bootstrapping it, weathering the pandemic, and here we are. So I have plenty of lessons to share to other creative entrepreneurs who are trying to figure out how to make a living using their craft and skill. And then if you are a small business or a leader at a nonprofit or mission-driven organization and you need a rebrand, we can certainly help with that too.
Wow, that is phenomenal. I think that's so powerful, and I'm glad that you are here today because we just were here with our young folks, and they're like so creative on TikTok and Instagram and things of that nature. But here in the Bay Area, sometimes it is a challenge to find a great graphic designer, a marketer. It is very costly. And sometimes I always think that the marketing industry is the most important thing because I always think like if you can control the subconscious mind, you have everything. Right. So, the great marketers, they understand that. The great franchises across this world have learned those strategies through marketing and some of the work that you're talking about. When you think about Starbucks and you think about Chick-fil-A, you think about McDonald's, right? Kids see those colors and they don't matter where they at. They know that's McDonald's. And, it's very important stuff. And, just glad that you're doing that work. But when we talk about small organizations, right now, like you said, coming out of this pandemic, when you look at what's going on in the economy, a lot of folks are being laid off, and there's a lot of skill sets out there that people are trying to bring to the table. What would you say to a young entrepreneur who's thinking about getting into marketing or branding, or is that something that you're looking into, maybe coaching and training young people in the future? Because it is a lot of great information and learning how to do it. And I just think as we think about the future and how branding and marketing is really happening and how influencers are influencing our communities, how do we get there and how do we help our small businesses, leverage influencers and folks that are marketing that is cost effective around the Bay Area?
Of course. So I always say that investing in marketing without a strategy and plan is like going to the grocery store without a list or an idea of what you want to cook. That's why it feels like you're throwing spaghetti on the wall, you're spending all this time creating content, and then you feel like no one's engaging with it, etc. Marketing is both an art and a science, and there are some basics to it. And so what really has allowed me to flourish as a small business owner is investing in my own education because entrepreneurship, that's like a spirit, that's a mindset, that's a hustle. You could be an entrepreneur without knowing how to run a business. Running a business is, whether it's a product or a service, there's just some baseline things when it comes to accounting, finance, legal, HR. It's pretty methodical. And so I've taken classes that like guide me through everything that I need to know from operations to sales and marketing. So you have to be comfortable learning about a lot of different things, being uncomfortable not knowing everything, and then being ready to hire experts. So it's always best to first understand what marketing is, what you want the vision for your company is, and then finding the right person, because there are marketers of all different specialties. A marketer who specializes in email is not going to know how TikTok works. Someone who knows how TikTok works is not going to know how Shopify works. So you might get frustrated because you're thinking you're talking to a marketer, but it might be out of their wheelhouse. Same thing with designers. Like a designer who does packaging might not do web, and someone who does web might not do logos. So you have to be really clear on what you're looking for. And so YouTube University is a great place to start. You can answer anything, honestly, on YouTube. That's how I've figured out things along the way. I'm self-taught in graphic design, and now I'm able to run a graphic design company. So that also shows that, like, if you can learn how to run something, if you know how to manage people, put players in positions, manage finances, then you've got like the beginnings of a strong foundation. I also would admit numbers were really scary for me, but 5 years in, I'm able to comfortably talk about numbers. I can read my profit and loss statement, understand my balance sheet, and really determine, like, is this investment worthwhile for my company, short term and long term? And that's pretty empowering because it bleeds into how I manage my personal money too, because they're interconnected as a founder. So I would also say too, learn instead of being scared of AI, like ride the wave and learn it, because especially for creative output like copy and simple graphic design, ChatGPT can create blog posts, Canva can create, a snazzy logo and glossy materials. And so there's a lot of DIY options. Personally, being 5 years in business, it was around year 2 and 3 where I decided to invest in a new website and a new logo because I wanted it to like change levels. I wanted to, boss up. And that does require, a new wardrobe, to match like the confidence and the direction you want to take. So you shouldn't be rebranding too often. And so with this current look, I would hope it's going to last me a couple of years. And then if I change business strategy or pivot, then I'll, make those decisions once I'm there. The last thing I would say too is when you think about your favorite brands, you love them and you are loyal to them for a reason. For some reason, there's something about the Starbucks and Target combination. They got that branding down packed and I love it. They got me, right? So it's like how it makes you feel. And so as a business owner, you are the designer of how your brand and business makes your customers feel. So when you think about your favorite restaurant, they remember your name, they remember your order, or like they add a special touch. It's a people to people business, and it's relational. And you can you can use sound and colors, music, video, all kinds of things to communicate who you are and who you want to be and what your values are as well. And so customers ultimately care about quality, cost, convenience, and experience. And as, entrepreneurs, we're in control of all of those factors.
Go ahead, Ayo. I know you got a question.
I was itching. Okay. So, like, you're just a ball of so much information. I'm just sitting here in glee. So, as a CEO, a speaker, a writer, a poet, overall entrepreneur, and all these things, and being self-taught in so many different aspects, how do you find your balance? You wear so many different hats. How do you find your balance?
Yes, that's a really great question. I would say it's more about harmony and less about balance, because when you think about balance, it's still a seesaw. And so I'm really on a mission to find what works for me in terms of like pace and workload. Because to be honest, I'm very ambitious and I can multitask and do a lot in a little bit of time. And it's like light work, but then I get overzealous and then I'm doing too much and then I'm draining my energy and I'm not able to fully show up. So I have learned the hard way over the years that I need to treat vacations and time off as serious as like doctor's appointments, because even though I feel like I can keep working, technically I'm tired. My body needs, to rest, hydration, play, sunshine. And so reminding myself that like I'm the CEO of my body and that comes first, because if my brain and, my systems aren't up to date and working at optimum speed, then I can't problem solve for the business. And running a business is high stress always. So as someone who is ambitious, can handle stress well, be under pressure, you know, I'm still human and I still have like a battery to recharge. And even athletes have off seasons, right? So it's like respecting the process and knowing that there are seasons to like go hard and take breaks.
Wow, I think that's so inspiring. I mean, you just touched me because I feel like that. You know, I did go to business school for a short time, and I understand marketing. Took marketing classes a little bit, and never really like got all the way into it. But you know, running this organization and understanding branding and marketing, I'm just happy that you said that because sometimes people get so caught into the numbers. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm a dismantler. Okay, I'm a dismantler. I don't follow any of the rules. Okay, I didn't went to these marketing websites. They tell you how to, what times you should post. I don't, you know what? It don't always work like that, you know. And I like how you said it's not about the numbers because I always tell people you could buy 1 million bots and look like you got all of these followers, right? But it's all about when you step out in the community, how many people show up. They had a big article a couple of years ago about this one social media influencer. She had 25 million followers. She did this event. No one showed up. Okay, I don't want to be laughed at. Okay, I'd rather take the 1,000 people that really support me, really support the brand. We're doing a pretty good job. I definitely want to connect with you to learn some other things because I'm never closed off to learning new things, but I am a dismantler. Okay, I'm always trying new things. I always do the things that people say you can't do, right? So people say you shouldn't do it like this. You shouldn't do. I say, listen, I'm gonna do it the way I feel because it's all about marketing. Right. It's about energy too, right? It's about what people see, and it's about the subconscious mind, right? And when you talk about the Targets, when you talk about the McDonald's, it's programmed in those kids' mind. It's programmed into the family and the community mind because what? It's consistency. They always see it. Sometimes I went to marketing class and they say, you shouldn't post but 3 times a week. You shouldn't flood your timelines and things like that. I said, no. The more they hate me, the more they like it's too much, the more you get. So that's just great advice. But I mean, our young folks are out there watching. I follow a lot of the young people, right? I try to stay on the trends of the young people. Now, I'm not good at all the social medias, but I understand the trends and I understand, you know, getting the data and trying to, you know, finesse things in a way. But I watch the young people. And one thing about young people, they are confident and they just take risk and they do things that everybody don't do. Because sometimes the worst thing is the bad thing. Now, I went to this one marketing website and this guy was a billionaire in marketing. And he used to say how he would do stuff intentionally with his branding, maybe making one letter bigger than the others, doing things because somebody's always gonna come and be like, hey, that's not right. But he's like, I got your attention, right? Because it's the things that we like, oh, especially if you like a teacher, grammar, something messes with you. So I'm always doing stuff to like mess with people because if it's something wrong, right? Somebody perfect is gonna try to figure out, there you go, you just got another follower. Like, hey, that's not right. You need to add a comma there or something. So it's pretty unique that type of stuff happened. But again, I also believe sometimes it's just, you know, the luck of the draw, as they say. Sometimes, you know, you just do something that people catch and it hit. You think about all the challenges and you think all the stuff that they're doing on social media. You just never know what that hit is and you never know who's watching. So, you know, just say, I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate your transparency about learning stuff on your own, because I think sometimes as humans, just in the human nature, we think we have to spend all of this money to go to UC Berkeley or somewhere to go get a marketing degree to do this. It's just always great. And it's always an honor to me to see local people who are taking risks, you know, investing in themselves and self-teaching, because I think there are some important things in making mistakes. And I think sometimes with marketers and branders, even graphic designers, everybody's trying to be perfect. Sometimes that imperfection is the best perfection, as they say. So I thank you for that. But go ahead, Ayo. I know you want to answer that, but go ahead, Ayo.
Yeah, you just took what I was going to say. The strategic marketing, you know, those imperfections is what grasps people's attention. And like you said, you're self-taught. So you're doing all of the research on what is grasping people's attention, colors, lighting, all of that stuff plays a part in how to get somebody's attention. And then you're working with so many different companies that you want to make sure that you are targeting their audience and learning what it is that they have going on. So that is the perfect, you took what I was going to say, you know, that is the perfect way to say it though, you know. And like you said, I am a little bit of the grammar police. So I am guilty of being one of those people like, oh, you grasp my attention. You know, that's kind of like clickbait. You know, that's the clickbait that's come after like, that's not supposed to be a comma. It should have been a period. However, now I'm interested and I'm intrigued in what it is that you're selling and or what it is that you're talking about. And you're going to get my attention. You might get a follow, you might get a share, because now I'm into it and everything that you got going on. So that's great. That's great. And I just love everything that you have going on. The fact that Bombaya means light bulb. You are a beam of light. You are just radiant. You are just your energy and everything, your inspiration and your passion behind your work is so influential. It definitely has put a stain on me. So I'm grateful for you coming in. I'm grateful for you, sharing your business with us. And hopefully, we can do some work together, because I see great things. I see great things coming from you. I'm really inspired. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ayo. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And branding is a lot of fun. Building a business is a lot of fun. And I think what's really neat is you don't have to leave your job. I guess to back up a little bit, I did go to school for public relations. I worked at the corporate creative agency level. It was a grind. It was toxic, mostly white folks. And, it's really tough navigating the corporate environment. And so when I decided to work for myself and go out on my own, I actually calculated the exit. I made a plan. So I gave myself 6 months, and in those 6 months, I started going to networking events, women in business events around the Bay, put up a little website, started telling my friends, started securing gigs to get some savings. So when I left my last job, I took a leap of faith with a little bit of cushion. And then it's just, I've been gliding for 5 years since, all through word of mouth. And so that's also a testament to that marketing and branding is not always posting on social media. It's who you are in real life, how you treat others, how you walk the talk. And so people can smell inauthenticity. And so with big brands, right, they could show up looking good, but we know underneath it's a facade. And similarly, there's great brands that don't even have a website, but they're still doing great work. So just a reminder too, not to get hung up on the shiny stuff when it comes to branding, because it does, start at the heart and core of why you're doing what you're doing, because that's what's infusing the business, and that's what touches your employees and customers and vendors, etc.
Wow, you just knocked me off my feet. I only have one more question because you said it earlier. And here at both sides of the conversation, we always talking about the ecosystem. And I'm just fired up that you are here, because here at both sides of the conversation, we support our Black and brown communities. And I always tell my folks in the community, we need more Black faces in these spaces. We need more of our brown faces in these spaces, because again, we need to have our narrative out there. And when you have the experience, when you have the knowledge of walking as a woman in our community, a Latina, come on, you can change that narrative. You can change what's going on, what our community sees. It is very important. I'm happy that you took the risk, and we're going to continue to help uplift you here and all of our community out there that's watching. We're going to get some folks to connect with you, to continue to support you, because that's what the ecosystem is about, right? And when you step out on faith and you make the change and do the things that you are doing, you can also impact our community. I always tell my influencers, don't let these corporations sell us this narrative of what it is. Let us be the ones. So you are taking that lead. You are inspiring me to continue to go on, because sometimes I'll be like, but today I'm just saying, you just got me all excited. And this is why I love this segment, because we have an opportunity not only to connect with you, bring you to another audience of people. And I think what you said earlier about staying and trying to rebrand, and also just staying connected, because I think sometimes we get to a certain level with businesses and then we elevate, and then we kind of just level out, okay, we good. And I'm always, well, you always got to connect. You got to continue because there's somebody out there who don't know you. I mean, I get it all the time. People walk up to me. I mean, even today, hey, I didn't know you did this. I see you, but it's something about that. So much blessings to you. But I'm just appreciating it, and thank you for just highlighting that ecosystem. I'm always talking about how our Black community, our brown community, how do we create the ecosystem that's going to impact us? How do we create the financial legacy? And I love how you talk about all the steps in business, because you're right. People get in business for the thing that they know how to do, but they're not committed to the overall process. It is a process. It's hard. It's a lot of things you got to learn. And there's a lot of lessons, right? And if you don't learn the lessons, you can't be the blessing. So we just happy to know that you are out here leading by example. I always tell people here at both sides of the conversation, leadership is about demonstrating what's possible. Community. Today, she has came on here. The light bulb. She is letting you know you can do it, community. Don't stand in your own bondage. Take a leap of faith. Get out there and do something different and impact our community. So this is great. I get fired up about this stuff, but yeah, I just want to say thank you. And if you have any final feedback, I also want to give you an opportunity to give any shout outs to any folks who help support you. One thing we don't never want to do on this Hidden Gem segment is forget about those who helped us when we was like, there was somebody, whether it was mother, father, family, whatever. Make sure you don't forget about them. But if you want to go ahead and speak on it, that's fine. And then after, I want to give you an opportunity to give any shout outs to those amazing folks who stood behind you and believed you through the process, because we know it always takes somebody outside of God and our higher spirit to get behind us and push us forward to believe in us. So make sure you don't forget about those folks.
Oh, of course. Definitely have to thank God for the gifts. Thank my staff for trusting me and being their boss and employer, for our clients for trusting us with their money and brands, for all the folks who refer business to me, always paying that forward and referring others as well. We have to rise up and reach back. I think that's how you succeed in business. What I've learned is business is neutral. Some people play dirty, some people play nice. And it's just finding the folks that have the same values and doing business with each other and growing with each other. Highly recommend Optima Business Cooperative. Optima Entrepreneur Cooperative. They're based in Oakland. And they're also generally in the Bay Area, Chicago, Boston, and they're expanding to Alabama. And they provide online business education for Black and Brown mission-driven entrepreneurs. And they give you the practical classes that you need to work on your business in real time. So this class helped me create a business plan. This class helped me learn more about capital and how to secure financing, etc. So it was really, I would say, like the launch pad for my maturity as a small business owner and growth. So look into it. Optima is spelled UPTIMA. You can find them on.
Can you put it in the private chat so we can put it up on the screen for our folks? I know there's a lot of folks, they want to know. Definitely, we don't want to let you go. We want to definitely share that information. Here at both sides of the conversation, we always try to make sure that we get these resources to our community. You've been blessed tonight. But if there's any shout outs or anybody you want to give a shout out to, please do it now, because that's important. And definitely we're going to connect with you.
Yeah. Shout out to the Bombilla creative community. Thank you for believing in this little small business and for helping us shine bright.
Wow, very important stuff. Thank you
for
being here. You're not hidden anymore. Bay Area, Oakland, you have a marketer right here in your community. Reach out to the queen, support, uplift each other. Let's build the ecosystem that's going to take us to the next, and the next. Generational wealth is important. Maybe you don't have the time. Today, you have a light bulb that will give you the information that you need to market, to brand, to expand your business. Don't be scared. Do business with the people. Thank you, Miss Lightbulb, for being here today. Anything that we could do to help you out, if you have any digital flyers or any sales or support stuff that you want to get out to the community, if you're teaching a class, I don't know. Just send it over to our events at BSOTC. We'll make sure we get it out to the community. We'll make sure we get your information out to other nonprofits and folks who need support. There's marketing support that is needed with all of our nonprofits around the Bay Area and beyond. And since you do have an East Coast presence, we do have folks who watch the next day in the morning because of the East Coast time. But we want to make sure that your information is out there. And I'm excited to help support you. You lifted a light bulb in me, even though it's getting dark outside. I feel like it's light all around me. So thank you for being here tonight. And great stuff. And we'll be reaching out and we'll find maybe something we could do to support each other. All right. Have a great evening. All right, community, there you have it. The light bulb was here. Don't tell me there's not marketing opportunities. Ayo, great guests, great information. The business information somebody just asked me for, we'll put it up there on the screen. Check them out. Go out there, community. There you go. If you need some inspiration on this Tuesday night, I hope you got it, okay? That was powerful stuff. A self-taught, okay? You can turn yourself into a self-made millionaire. I keep telling people, you don't have to go to Harvard or Yale. It's great to go there, but it's a lot of stuff you could do on your own. All you have to do is believe in yourself. Support yourself first. Then the people will support you. Have a plan. Did you hear? Get the plan together. And then you can move forward. Powerful, powerful stuff. So I'm excited for that. We got one more hidden gem tonight. I'm here at City Hall. Y'all, I'm in City Hall right now. We live at City Hall at the mayor's conference office. We had a great event today. And the sheriff is going to be coming here in a minute and say, get out of here, both sides of the conversation. Get out of the mayor's space. But we gonna continue to get through our last hidden gem. We got Doc here. That's going to be coming up. So we are excited, because this brother is also important too. See, we talk about how you impact people, things that you do. Check out this brother right here. Brother Doc, welcome to both sides of the conversation, King. Holla at the people and let them know what you're doing, brother.
Man, I don't know what drink you've been drinking tonight, but if I can just get a little sip of that, because, man, your energy is off the chain. Is he like this every... Man, like, hey,
every day.
Okay. I need you. I just need you to call me at like 5 o'clock every day. Give me a little bit of pickup. But appreciate y'all having me on tonight. I don't even know how y'all heard about me, found out about me, but I appreciate the invitation to come on and tell y'all a little bit about what we're doing out here in Sacramento. We bought a farm, and we are trying to intentionally create a community freedom space on our farm to give our people an opportunity to come out and socialize without fear of surveillance, without fear of prosecution, and just the freedom to be our most authentic selves in our most authentic ways. And so for the last year and a half, that's what we just been building. Our motto is really trying to put quality over quantity. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like as Black folks, as communities of color, we oftentimes don't support each other because we feel like we're going to get a lack of quality when we go to our businesses, right? And so we're trying to emphasize quality because we want you to know that not only are you deserving of the best, but that we're going to deliver the best. So when you come to the farm, you come to our freedom space, you're going to feel like you at a winery in Napa Valley, right? That's like the vibe that we are trying to create for you, so that you don't feel like, oh, I do my low budget stuff over here. And we want all of your business, right? And it's not even about profit at this point. It's just about you being able to walk proudly into something that you feel like is for us, by us. And so we really just out here trying to give back in whatever way we can. And I'm happy that we have an opportunity to share it with the larger community today.
Man, you got to break it down a little bit more for me about this farm. What type of farm? I don't know, because you talk about farm. I'm like, you talk about CBD farm. You talking about cannabis farm. I don't know what farming are you talking about. Are you growing grapes? Are you growing cabbage? I don't know. You growing apple? You got to give it to me, brother. Come on, tell me what the farm's all about.
Hey, you know, it's funny because I'm from Vallejo, and last year I was doing some work in Oakland at one of the schools out there, and I kept telling folks like, y'all got to come out to the farm, come out to the farm. And one of my colleagues drove from Oakland one day out to the farm, and she was like, "You really got a farm?" And I was like, what did you think I had? She was like, "Well, you kept saying you got a farm, but like in my mind, I couldn't conceptualize you as like this Black educator actually owning a farm. It ain't until I drove out here, wasn't no sidewalks, you know what I'm saying? The grass is brown. Like it wasn't until I got out here and seen it that I realized it. So right now we are a agricultural farm. We are growing crops. We got a bunch. We got about over 30 fruit and nut trees on site. And the whole idea was for us to develop a community garden where we can give food back to our people. When the pandemic hit, I was part of the team that was on the ground out here in Sacramento that was like delivering groceries and meals to people's houses every day, right? Like people was really struggling to get access to food and get access to healthy, fresh, organic food. And that really inspired me to like want to buy a farm and to start a community garden, right? Sometimes you drive through the hood and you see like, oh, we got a community garden over here or a community garden over there on that block. But I was like, what happens if we can get acres and we begin to grow food on acres, right? Now we got a community, instead of a community garden, we got a community forest. And so that's really what we're trying to do. And the biggest piece of it is we emphasize youth labor. And I don't mean, man, the way I said that sounded bad, but we really trying to teach our youth about how to be farmers. We teaching our youth about how to be entrepreneurs. We're teaching our youth about how to engage in hospitality, right? And so we bring our youth out here and really have them participate in the work that we're doing, because it's something about giving back and putting your hands in the soil. You know, I had this conversation last Monday where one of the things that I've noticed over this past year, I've been an educator for over 20 years, but one of the things that I've learned over this past year is, man, the young people really start opening up when you get their hands dirty. And we've taken that aspect out of schools, right? We've taken like that hands-on learning aspect out of schools, but it's crazy. You get a young person digging a hole, you get a young person painting the fence, you get a young person just actively using their hands and getting their hands dirty. And then you ask them a question like, how you doing? How your mom's doing? How your pop's doing? And they begin to like open up in ways that you never really thought. And it's because they're active, right? Because they're doing something with their hands, they have one less defense mechanism to prevent themselves from opening up. And so as much as we are growing food out here, we're really trying to grow young minds and really trying to grow a cultural spirit back in our community that is going to breathe life out here in Sacramento.
Wow. That's all I can say. I'm going to just start off and say, wow. See, because I believe in that. Planting a seed, if you just water the seed, you never know what's going to grow. I tell these people all the time, young people, they have great minds. Young people are the very seeds that we have to continue to water so that they could thrive to be the greatest young people ever. But brother, see, I had to let you get all the way into it so I can tell you how impactful what you're doing, okay? Because you know, growing up in Vallejo, growing up in the Bay Area, there's food deserts all in our community.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to say food desert, a food apartheid. They are killing our people with the food. So you are a powerful leader of the community. You are demonstrating what's possible. When we talk about sustainability in the future, the food is going to be the core of the survival. You are teaching young people how to survive, brother. We need good food. When we talk about the cancers, we talk about the different things that impact our health, it starts with the very foods that we put in our bodies. So what you're doing is phenomenal. And I think a farm is so amazing because so many times when we have young kids in the city, they miss the opportunity of the country. And when you're in the country, you're not too far in Sacramento. You got cows and bells and things over there. Shout out to my little brothers up there, my Sacramento King fans. I know they watch it. We still love y'all little brothers out here. But it is great that you are doing this because there is still affordable land. And I'm here, especially out in Sacramento. When you get up Highway 50 out there, there's land out there. You get up in Roseville, there's still opportunities to farm. And, I always tell young people, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty because this is where it all started. They look around sometimes and they think this is not what we do. And I say, hold on. This is what Black families did for many, many years, short cropping, all of this. So what you're doing is bringing history in the future. You get what I'm saying? You're bringing history to the future. You're giving young people an opportunity to find out things that they don't even know exist because we so caught up with our phones. It is just tremendous to hear farming. We had a guest here maybe 4 or 5 months. He's down in Stockton, Fresno area, and he's doing farming. And, it's just like, that's what it's all about, brother. I mean, we talking about bringing healthy food to our community. It starts with farms like you. We try our best to find farmers markets and things of that nature. Now, community, we have a Black farm. All my people that are in Sacramento watching, you have a Black farm. And you can get some real homegrown meals right there at the farm. Very important stuff, brother. I'm just excited about the concept. I know you're saying, how did you even find out about it? We are both sides of the conversation. We're everywhere. You never know who's watching, brother. So somebody was feeling you and say, hey, both sides of the conversation. You got to reach out to the farming, brother. This estate is popping. So you know what we did? We reached out to you. You showed up, brother. Great stuff. This is what we need, man. And I love that you're working with young people. I know you didn't talk a lot about the young people, but I see from your bio and some of the things that you're doing that you're really impacting young people. And you're right. The more we could keep our young people physically doing things, especially during these summer times, man, it does change their mindsets. You get what I'm saying? And when you get them out the concrete, get them out the city and give them an opportunity, wow. Great things happen. But yeah, King, dope stuff, man. Right here, local, man. I'm just happy to see a brother, okay? Because this is what I be telling people. They always try to say Black folks ain't doing stuff. Black folks ain't moving forward. And I be telling them, what are y'all talking about? Y'all got to tune into our Hidden Gem segment. There's some phenomenal Black and brown people that are doing some amazing things. And you are that tonight, brother. You are not hidden. Ayo, I know you got some questions. Go ahead.
So is number one, bridging the gap. Like you said, you're bringing history into the present. I know we really hone in about, not holding on to the past, but these traditions are something that our children are lacking. You're putting dirt in their hands and guns out of their hands. You know what I mean? So that is number one, a phenomenal thing. You are broadening their horizons where, like you said, get them out the concrete, get them into some dirt, some soil. And then on top of that, you are connecting with them, getting them comfortable enough to be able to open up and be vulnerable, being, out there getting dirty, not worrying about what you got on and all these things. Our children are so influenced and exposed to everything, how you have to look, to, wanting that quick fix, to wanting to that instant gratification, but planting those seeds. What do they say? It's the strength and it's the power of a mustard seed. Planting those seeds, not only physically, but mentally, having them there, opening up and making sure that you are coasting them and leading them into something even better. I believe that what you're doing with the children is so impactful because you're giving them an opportunity to see a different side. A whole different side of something that they will never even be able to experience because of the model behavior or the bubble that they live in. You know what I mean? Opening up your farm for people to come up. You guys do have animals as well, right?
No. We have
no animals yet. We got to get some animals out there. You got to get some animals and show them, like, stay away from that pork. You got to build that bond with these animals. Then you're going to keep them away from eating that pork and their beef,
Nah, what they forget to tell you is that animals use the bathroom like we do, except
that's
they ain't
true,
got
but
toilets.
You use that as fertilizer, right?
Nah, look. I'm from Vallejo. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we ain't. Listen, look. I used to tiptoe out there. We used to have horses, pigs, and everything. I used to be walking out there tiptoeing, looking down. I got tired of looking down. We got rid of all them animals. Nah, let's get all these animals out here, clean up this land. We ain't bringing them back either. I'm sorry to tell you, we ain't bringing them back. And if you bring an animal, you better bring a bag with you. That's all.
Bring your pooper scooper. Bring your pooper scooper. We just gonna go ahead and buy our own fertilizer and everything, huh? That's right. But
man, look, I understand it's organic. It's organic. I get it, but nah, yeah. I'm good. I didn't like it.
You don't want to touch bases on that. You don't want to touch down on that. But the agricultural perspective is also a great way to broaden their horizons, and you're teaching them and growing. Like, our founder John always say, it's about connection before correcting, connecting with the kids, giving them this experience and exposure that they may not have been afforded being in the concrete jungle and or whatever their environment is that they're growing up in. We don't have many like farms and or gardens in the city, in the inner cities and things like that. Even if you have to charter the people out to you, I think it's a blessing, and it's something that everybody needs to do. Maybe we can expand and get in more farms, more inner city wise. I'm sure they have to find some decent land because of all the toxic things going on out here. However, I believe, I actually watched one of your interviews, and you were speaking on, you said, and I quote, I walked into a room full of poets and realized everyone was more talented than me. And then you went on to say, whatever room you walk into, don't convince yourself that you don't belong, And that's the same thing of getting these kids out here on this farm. They're coming in there blindsided, like, what are we doing? Like, what?
Like you just blindsided me with that interview. Where you find that interview at?
What do you say? This is both sides of the conversation. Exactly. We're gonna get both sides on you. And I want both of your sides to come out. Yeah, let's get both of your sides to come out. You have a lot of different accolades under your belt, which we respect and we honor, and we just want to, uplift you in every way possible. However, like I was saying, that statement in its own, it can relate to so many different things. Getting the kids out there, they're not knowing, they're looking like, I'm inexperienced in this, I don't know what to do. But just that little bit of patience and time that you're pouring into them, that gives them that confidence to say, you know what, I'm out here farming, I could do anything, like it broadens their perspective on what could be. And I believe and I respect you highly for it. I really appreciate your work.
Hey, it's interesting because I was just talking to my brother the other day. We was taking a walk around the farm, and he was talking about like how he was trying to get all of his ducks in a row so that he could take the next step and do the things that he wanted to do. And I was like, but you already in the room. Like, you already in the room and at the table, and your stuff ain't together. Many of us miss our opportunities to do what we got to do to live up to our purpose because we trying to get all the I's dotted and T's crossed. And I'm not here to say that dotting those I's and crossing those T's are important. It's just to say that when you in the room, there's a reason why you are in that room. There's an opportunity for you to grasp while you are in that space. And we will convince ourselves that we are not qualified to be in that space. And so we try to meet a level of expectation. And while we're trying to meet that level of expectation, we then find ourselves out the room. And we say, man, like, now that I got this and I got that, why don't I have access no more? It's because you waited. When you are there, there's a reason why you are there. There's a perspective that you have. There's a talent that you have. There's a gift. There's a contribution that you are meant to make when you have an opportunity to be in that space. And what you do is you make that contribution while you work on getting everything else straight. It's almost like, I love that my brother is at the city hall right now, right? All them young people that had an opportunity to come in there and interact and interface with the mayor and the political leaders of San Francisco is like, Y'all haven't gotten to the place where we are at as an adult, but that doesn't mean that you don't have a contribution. You in the room. So now that you are in the room, what you got to say? Because what you have to say can impact you and your community for the rest of your life, right? It hurts me when we get in the room and all of a sudden we become mute. We become paralyzed with our own inadequacies that we don't take advantage of it. And it's like, nah, we got to reverse that mindset. When I was in that room and I realized that everybody was more talented at poetry than me, then I began to ask myself, okay, what is my contribution? Because what I can't do is talk myself out of the room. And that's a place that I feel like we all got to. It's the same thing with the farm, right? I don't know nothing about running a farm. And so the first thing that I had to ask myself was, God, what's the purpose here? Because I don't know how to grow food. I don't know how to grow plants, right? I didn't put a rose bush in the ground and came back 3 days later and was dead. Like, why are you asking me to do something that I've never done before? Oh, you got a purpose. There's a purpose for me. There's a plan for me. There's a talent. There's a gift. There's a contribution that I'm meant to make. And the great thing is I still don't know how to farm. Everything that I've needed has come to me and has knocked on my door. My only job was to acquire the land. God has literally sent everybody else that is meant to do up. So it's like, okay, I acquired the land. The next thing you know, the farmer is coming like, hey, bro, I hear you got space where I can farm. Sure, you can have that space over there. Then the next person is, oh, so you didn't need me to farm. The reason why I was in the room was to acquire the land. Somebody else was in the room because they're going to work the farm. Somebody else was in the room because they're going to build the buildings. Somebody else is in the room because they're going to finance the project, right? There's a reason why you in the room, and what you have to do is not look at who's in the room as much as ask yourself and ask God, like, why am I here? What is my contribution? So.
Wow. Community. This is why I love this segment. See, brother, I feel like you was talking to me, like I wanted to cry right there for a second. Because me and my brother had an opportunity about 12 years ago. We had an opportunity to buy an almond farm down in the Central Valley. We had the money. We could have made the move to do it, and we missed out on the opportunity. And I'm glad you said that. And I missed out on the opportunity. Me not understanding things, like you said, didn't have the business savvy of understanding how an almond farm run. You know, we had an opportunity to take advantage of that. And that business today is doing $20 million a year. You know, and we could have had that at market value for about 2.5 million. We could have got it. And I, when you just said it, just hit me. I'm like, dang, I gotta call my brother tonight. We gotta go get us a farm. But you're right about that. And I think that's powerful that you said that to community. You know, I don't even know why I'm the bishop. I don't know why God chose me to uplift the voices of the people. But I was called to do it, and I just step up. And I think that's powerful that you said it, because that's what we have to do. We have to first pray it. We got to pray to God to give us the vision. Then when he give us the vision, we got to step in faith. And too many times in our community, we don't step in faith. So I'm just thankful that the Lord touched you, your family, and, made you walk in that faith, not even knowing the business. And I think that's why you and our other Hidden Gem tonight, just taking a step of faith, believing in your potential, believing in what you could do to bring that connectivity and that conduit of energy to make something happen. Brother, now you have changed the narrative. You know what I'm saying? This is changing the narrative, community. When we talk about changing the narrative from the people tonight, yeah, this brother is doing that. And this is very powerful, man. All I can say is I will be up there. We got both sides of the conversation. People, you might see our both sides of the conversation hats and gear around Sacramento. We got a couple folks from our team up there. You get what I'm saying? But the bishop is going to pull up on you, brother. What time is the farm open? What time can we come up there and get some greenery, get some almonds, and get some lettuce or whatever we want to get on the farm? When can I come up to the farm, brother?
I tell you what, man, we got a couple opportunities coming up. Let me first say this, and then I'm gonna tell you when you can come up to the farm. Sis talked about it when she was talking about her business. You know, one of the things I think we got to do is redefine what community economics is, right? And the reason why I said that is, like, profit is my goal, is just not my primary goal. Like I don't shy away from the idea that like I have to make money in order to eat, right? But I also don't make making money my God. And I think when we talk about capitalism, like capitalism is about making money your God, right? Where you worship the ability to make money at the expense of everybody, your mama, your daddy, your community, etc., right? And we have an opportunity as young Black entrepreneurs to redefine what capitalism is for us in our community, right? If it, it's when I think about wealth and I think about generational wealth, I don't think about it singularly in terms of me and my lineage. I think about it in terms of the trees that I'm planting whose shade I'll never benefit from, right? So if a young person comes to the farm and coming to the farm changes their trajectory in life, how do I calculate that in my wealth calculation? Because their riches now become my riches, right? Their economy now becomes my economy, even if I'm not directly benefiting from that. It's the changing of lives. You'll know a tree by its fruit, but it's not just merely knowing a tree by its fruit. It's that fruit is feeding a community. So you'll know a tree by the community that its fruits feeds, right? If that community look like they malnourished, then you know something is wrong with the tree. It doesn't matter what kind of fruit is growing on the tree if the community is malnourished, right? And so thinking about how do we change our definition of economics, I think is something very important. A couple things that we got coming up. We'll be starting a film series in June. June 8th is our target date, but we want to have every Thursday, we want to do films at the farm. You come out to the farm, you watch the sunset, then you get opportunity to watch one of our classic community films. And we'll also have a couple films that's going to be based on mental health throughout the summer. And so that's one of the things that we'll be doing. We're going to put more information on our social media and on our website. And then the next thing, we just had our Mother's Day brunch on Sunday. Shout out to all the moms that came out to Estate Farms. We fed over 135 people on Sunday, which was crazy because we did a 4-course tasting menu. And so our chef had to make over 500 individualized plates of food on Sunday. So it was madhouse crazy. But we got our Father's Day dinner that's coming up on what is that, June 18th, where we're gonna do barbecue and cigars for our dad. So if you are a dad, or if you got a dad in your life, please come on out to Estate Farms. We want to celebrate our men and show our community that like fatherhood still exists. I know we make it seem like fatherhood don't exist in our community anymore, but I know that ain't true, and we want to make sure that we highlight that.
Man, you just broke my heart twice. We got Juneteenth that weekend. That's why I always get frustrated because Juneteenth is Father's Day weekend. I got to be here in San Francisco. There's a lot of Black things going on, a lot of Black events. But I'm going to connect with you, brother, and come up there because that is very dope, man. That's just dope, man. You a dope brother, man. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm just like, Ayo, go ahead. I know you got some more questions. I gotta let Ayo finish this one. I'm speechless, brother. I'm gonna go. They're gonna take me. The sheriff's gonna come here and take me out of the mayor's house. It's getting dark in here. I'm turning dark, and they like, who's this dark man in here in the mayor's conference room? But Ayo, go ahead and ask your question.
That barbecue and cigars got you. I saw your teardrop. Yeah. So we would love to figure out how we can get up there. We have an awesome youth team. We're still trying to build that up, get them up there, get them influenced and inspired as well. I just want you to make sure that you highlight, like John always says, shout out to anybody that helped you along the way. We don't want anybody feeling any kind of way like, oh, you didn't tell me, you didn't shout me out, you know what I mean? We don't want anybody feeling left out here. And just let them know anything else that you have coming up and all that.
Sit. Yeah, most definitely. Moose, sit. I got a Great Dane. He He trying to get in the picture right now.
A Great Dane named Moo. I love that. I love that. As close as we get into a cow up there. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's the closest we get. That's the biggest that'll get. Yeah.
Got you.
Yo, man, it's a lot of different folks that I can highlight, but let me first highlight my mama. 20 years ago, my mama got a phone call from a Bells bombing in Texas. I had been locked up, didn't want to call her because I didn't want her to be mad at me. And the bail bondsman said, I ain't bailing you out until I talk to your mama, right? And so you can imagine not having heard from your son for weeks, and then all of a sudden you get a phone call, and it's the call that you didn't want to get, right? And they told her that it was her fault. Single parent, they told her she was too soft, that she was too nice. They said, don't bail him out, leave him, let him learn his lesson. They gave her all the advice that she could handle, and she went in the opposite direction of all of it, right? I'm going to go get my baby. I'm going to go get my baby right now. I ain't leaving him there. And her willingness to go against the grain for her son is what created all of this. Because when I got home, I understood that there was a mandate on my life to prove everybody wrong for her, right? It didn't make me feel good to know how people were talking about and looking at my mother, how they were questioning her parenting skills, how they were questioning her ability to raise a son by herself. And I said, you know what? I have the ability to change the narrative. And so to know that my mom now gets a high off of me being able to call her and say, like, hey, mom, I was on both sides of the conversation tonight. And her being able to tell, her church mothers and all that stuff. I just want to highlight her. There has never been anything in this world that I've said that I wanted to do that she said that I can't do. And that's important because I don't think we realize how many of us speak death into our children. Our children has an idea and we say, you can't do that. That's impossible. For you want to, or we question them in a way where they know on the inside, my parent don't believe in me and what I want to do. When I said, Mom, I want to buy a farm, she said, all right, when am I getting my invite? You know what I mean? See, it wasn't no like, hey, like it was just, well, when are you inviting me? And so I want to shout out moms. I want to shout out my baby, my daughter. Man, that little girl changed my life. They told me she was going to be a boy when she was in the womb. So we was at the hospital with all kind of blue balloons and stuff and it just ready. And she came out the womb and the doctor said, your little girl is here. And I just remember breaking down and my life ain't been the same since. My daughter is like she's my conscience. My consciousness materialized in human form. Whenever I'm confused about something, I go to my baby and I ask her questions and she gives me the unadulterated truth, whether I ask for it or not, right? And her instincts are so on point that I know that if I follow her first mind, it's going to be the right decision every time. And so my mom and my daughter is who I want to shout out. And then I just want to shout out all of the people who have poured into my dreams without asking for anything in return. I saw a video that Rick Ross did the other day where he was talking about how everybody don't see the vision. And I get frustrated when I'm trying to tell somebody this is the vision and people don't see it. And I see it so clearly. And I appreciate the people who did not see the vision, but saw me. And they was like, brother, I can't see the vision, but because I see you, I'm going to believe in what I can't see because I believe in you. And so I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for those folks. So those are my 3 shout outs.
Wow. Hey, brother, listen, I don't know what's going on now. It must be God, okay? Because you talking the same thing. It's the same thing. Only thing is my mother's no longer here, okay? And these sheriffs is sitting here. They're going to take me to jail. I'm about to call I on them and say, call the mayor, London Breed, get me out of here. I got to get out of here. But listen, brother, very powerful stuff. I'm the same way. I mean, I'm elated to just have you here because so many times in our community, there's this narrative that Black men don't uplift and raise their children. Black men don't do the things that we do. You are a testament to that. When we talk about changing the narrative tonight, King, you are the stamp that's showing changing the narrative. I just want to let you know that I am honored to be in space with you. I can't wait to get up to the estate farms, spend some of my Black dollars with my Black folks. So we always talk about the Black ecosystem. We try to make Black Friday every Friday. Even though all your stuff is happening on Thursday, I got a show on Thursday, but I'm gonna find a way to get up there, okay, brother? But listen, you powerful, King. Continue to do what you're doing. Continue to uplift our young people. Continue to feed the folks in the community with the healthy food. I thought you was trying to sell some vegan stuff on here. This brother selling vegan stuff, but you know, vegan is the new movement. But I am just happy to be in space with you. This has helped me tonight, being in space with our young people, our community leaders, coming on here with you two powerful hidden gems tonight. I'm elated. You talking about I'm on 100. I think I'm on 1,000. The bishop is on 1,000 today because I'm excited. This is what changing the narrative is all about. When we talk about the men of the community, when we talk about leadership, demonstrating what's possible, brother, you doing all of that, King. You doing all that, King. Ladies, don't tell me that the Kings aren't stepping up out here. Go to Estate Farms. Go get your local groceries at Estate Farms, okay? Support the Kings. This is what we're trying to build in our community, the real Black ecosystem. And y'all can see it's getting blacker and blacker here. I think the sheriff is turning the light down. You better get out of here.
They definitely is.
Hey, well, I just want to let you know I'll have our team reach out, brother. We'll find a way to get up there to Sacramento and support you. One thing here at both sides of the conversation, we always support our hidden gems. That's what's so powerful about this segment. When folks are looking for that narrative shift and changing these stereotypes about Black men, Black community, this is the place. Every Tuesday for our hidden gem segment, you've been blessed. You blessed the community tonight. There's some people in Sacramento watching, just like you didn't know who we were. How did we get a hold of you? Yeah, our both sides of the conversation community, they are out there, brother, and they're going to come support you, and we're going to come support you and uplift you. Continue blessings, King. That's all I can say. Continue to bless the young people. Continue to grow. Put water on those seeds. The minds of the young people. We're just monitoring the minds of the young people and watch them grow, community. With that being said, brother Doc, keep doing what you're doing, King. We'll be reaching out and connecting with you soon. Somebody from our team will reach out and we'll get up there and support the work that you're doing at Estate Farms community. That's the place to go. No more food deserts. No more talking about we don't need Whole Foods. We need Estate Farm. Community in Sacramento. Get out to Estate Farms and support the King. All right, great food, healthy. Brother Doc, thank you for being here. We're going to catch up with you, and we'll be up there to support you very soon, King.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, brother, for being here tonight. Tell your mom she did a wonderful job. Thank you, Queen, and to all the queens. Thank you all. Happy belated Mother's Day to all of you. We'll see you, King. We'll be reaching out soon. All right, Ayo, before I go to jail, okay, because I might have to call you. I can't call my mama, Ayo, okay? Y'all might have to call the mayor. Somebody call London Breed and tell her, the bishop's in your conference room and the sheriff is pulling him away. He's trespassing, okay? But it's all good. Before we go, Queen, go ahead and wrap up today. Before they come in here and drag me out in handcuffs and say the bishop is trespassing in the mayor's conference room.
We believe in the village and we will get you out. Don't worry about that. Your village will be there for you, pitchforks and all. So what an amazing show we had tonight. What an amazing show, informative show, and so inspirational with our King who just left us. Doc, we appreciate your work. We appreciate you on the ground, boots running, getting your hands dirty and influencing our young kids to get out there and opening up their horizons, broadening their horizons, should I say, and giving them a new perspective on life and reaching out. The faith of a mustard seed. What you plant will grow. That's mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, in every LY and aspect of your life. It is important that we speak life and guidance into our children and model the behavior. It's about modeling the behavior to get them to grow and learn at the same time. Our wonderful sister who we had on, oh my God, Bombaya, the light, our light bulb of this evening. All her energy, she just radiated so much positivity and information. I love the perspective that, you know, she is self-taught. I love the idea that she really poured into herself. I love and I respect each and every one of her trials and tribulations and how she turned them into lessons learned and poured into her business. Like she said, the first 2 to 3 years building up your business is kind of rocky and shaky, but showing that once you get started, you keep it going. Having faith in yourself is so important. It's so important. And the village that you have behind you, knowing the people that you have around you, and trusting your intuition and what you feel is right, whether it's business and or personal. Like she said, trusting your body, listening to your body, taking those times, because you are the CEO of your body. It is so important because that will help you to grow in business and in personal. And who you are, like she said, authentically in real life is what you exude from the inside out and what you attract as well. So that was so informative, and that was such a blessing to have both of these guests on tonight. And we thank you for all of your information. And prayerfully, we've shined some light on both of these businesses, and we get that eco dollar circulating into both of these businesses, and we bridge the gap and build relationships with both. You know, we're very appreciative for everybody that was on tonight.
Wow, thank you for the wrap-up, community. Our co-host Khalees is out being a mother, doing what she's supposed to do. We miss her tonight. She'll be back, okay? But she had to take off. Ayo is here, stepping up, holding it down. The lights is going out. The bulb was here, the light bulb. She was here to put the light on the bishop. Now she's left. It's getting dark in here, okay, community? I got to say thank you to our leader, our community folks, our lovely Mayor London Breed for continuing to just fight for our young people. You know, today we are here at the mayor's conference. Our young leaders of the community have stepped up and spoken about what they want to do. When we talk about passing the torch to the young generation, our leadership with Mayor London Breed, it starts there all the way down to all of the supervisors, all of the folks that continue to uplift the young people. Okay, this is what it's about. Letting the voices of the people be heard. That's what we do here at both sides of the conversation. Uplift the voices of the people. Okay, we bring a light to the community, even though it's dark on me right now, but it is a light in the community, and that's what we do, continue to uplift the community. So with that being said, I got to get out here. I got to give the benediction. I got the sheriffs outside. They are ready to put the handcuffs on me. Bishop, you are trespassing. You are in the mayor's sacred conference room space. If you don't get out of here, we're taking you down to the county jail. So I got to get out of here. I got to make this benediction fast, okay? Because if not, I'm going to be calling you. Call the bail bondsman. Call the mayor. Get the bishop out tonight, okay? But with that being said, community, you have been blessed tonight. Tonight, you heard from two phenomenal hidden gems. When we talk about supporting the Black businesses, the ecosystem, uplifting the Black businesses, tonight, you have two opportunities. If you are a small business, maybe you've been thinking about going into business. Tonight, the light bulb was here. She shined a light about marketing, branding, how to run a business. She gave away gems and tools and resources. You should feel special tonight, community. You got some free game. Tonight, we brought you the sauce. The light bulb was here. Okay, she talking about the branding, the marketing, how to uplift your business, the imaging, the branding, the communication. Yes, everything. All you got to do is be willing to step in faith. I heard her say it, the ecosystem. Find you some people who believe in you. Walk in faith. Have a plan. Save. Invest in yourself. Nobody else would. That's what it's all about. Let's continue to uplift ourselves first. Self-care is everything. Before you can help anyone, you must help yourself. Tonight, the lights were on. Thank you, Queen, for coming on and uplifting your business. And we're going to do our part to continue to support that business and all the businesses that come here on both sides of the conversation, because that's what we about. We lead, we show what's possible. If we put our Black dollars within each other, we can build generational wealth. That's what it's all about. And finally, we had our brother, Doc, the King. Oh, man, great words of wisdom. He's created a State Farm, a place where you could grow things, you could eat things, you could even find out some new things about yourself when you put your knees, your head, your feet in the dirt. It doesn't hurt to get dirty, community. You must get dirty. Sometimes you have to get dirty. He's leading our young people. We were here today with young people. See, community, if you give back a little bit, if you volunteer a little bit, if you do a little bit to serve the people, great blessings will come. Maybe it's not a forum for you. Maybe it's a marketing business. Maybe it's your own business. Be willing to give first before asking for the blessing. Give first before asking for the blessing. Just continue to do the work. Enjoy the people around you. Find the people that is willing to believe in the vision in you that they can't see. I don't know. I've been blessed because there's some people that's been around me that don't believe in the vision, but they see how the bishop moved. They see how we bless the people. They see how we uplift the community. They say, Bishop, I don't know where you're going, but I heard you say you are for the future, and I want to step in the future with you. I know you have a way and a place for us. We're going to continue to do that here at both sides of the conversation. This Saturday, we will be out in the city of Oakland. We're going to come bless some of our unhoused folks. I wish we could have got some of that at State Farm Food and brought it to our unhoused folks so they could get the good, healthy richness of the organic food that was grown by the very farmers who look just like them. He said the roots are the community. Community. Did you hear what the brother said? The roots are the community. What type of fruit are you putting out in your community? What type of fruits are you putting out in your home? Yeah, think about it. Tonight was very great. I heard Ayo say it, and I always say it. Community. We must connect before we correct. Our young people are so talented. They are so willing to follow some great leaderships. Tonight, we had two amazing community leaders, business owners, fathers. I mean, it was great. Did you not like what you heard tonight? You do your part. Thank you to all of the folks who tune in to support us, to support the bishop. Now I'm going to really need you because the sheriffs are coming in to take me away. All right. So therefore, thank you all for tuning in. I got to go because if not, I'm going to San Francisco County Jail. Okay. I got to get out of here. But thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's been great. We are looking forward to you tuning back in this Thursday. We are talking about the San Francisco Job Corps on the Treasure Island. They are doing some amazing, amazing things. Okay. Tune in. Maybe you have a kid that you're having trouble with. Maybe you have a young person that's ready to be grown. Maybe you have somebody that needs an opportunity. This Thursday, we will have some folks in here that have some opportunities for your young people. This Sunday, we'll have a Sunday conversation. We're talking about colorism. I think I'm getting blacker tonight. I got to have a conversation about this colorism. I don't know, but we're going to have the conversation. So, with that being said, that is the benediction. I got to go now. They're walking closer. Do you hear the keys? They said, Bishop, you got to go or you're going to jail tonight. You are trespassing. I got to go, community. I love you all. And if you don't hear from me on Thursday, just know Ayo didn't come get me from the county jail. None of the both sides of the conversation didn't come get me. The bishop is going to be in the county jail. Somebody call Mayor London Breed. The bishop is down, okay? So y'all, make sure y'all pray for me. But we are going to get out of here. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been a great show. I am inspired tonight, okay? Community, if you didn't learn anything else tonight, you should feel you can do anything that you want. Believe in yourself. Faith of a mustard seed. I heard that, Ayo. Say it again. Faith of a mustard seed. Anything is possible. Good night now. I got to go. The bishop is about to get handcuffed. The sheriff is taking me out. I got to go, community. I'll see you later. I don't have my bail money. I'll see y'all. Good evening. Good night now, good people.